Oh, hell yeah, brothers. Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser. Greatest podcast known to man, voted by cavemen, the first men who ever existed. So they know what they were fucking talking about. And they can get you good insurance, right? So easy a caveman can do it? Whatever. In the chat, we got VL Scoot, Geiges, Infamy, Cough Drop, Killa, Greg from VA, a couple more people. As you can see, I'm all decked out in my old posture corrector / weight belt because I injured my back. We'll talk more about that later. We also have some news articles. Last week's podcast ran overtime. This week's podcast is going to go a little bit under time because I'm frustrated. I'm not happy about how things are going in my life. I've been in pain with this back injury since Tuesday. And to boot, my internet is barely working at all. So if you guys are watching this live, it's going to be really choppy and really fucked up. But if you're watching this on YouTube, I always do a local recording, so it should be smooth as a baby's cock. Speaking of babies, Fetty Potter. Oh shit, starting it off with a real inappropriate joke. Fetty Potter, we have some new information. We talked about it last week, and my theme for the whole Fetty Potter story was this. Don't fucking make any assumptions yet. Wait for the facts to come out. And the facts have come out. Not all of them. There's a lot of them still being withheld. But let me sort of run by what I know so far to be true. If you're just hearing about this, maybe you were on vacation with your dog, and you're just getting back into town, you don't know anything about this controversy. So Fetty Potter was accused of maybe having some sort of relationship with a 14-year-old girl. The mother had caught them hanging out, and the story goes, Fetty said he thought this person was 20. He also claimed that, I guess when this all happened, he spoke to police. He told police this was the first time he ever met the girl, and he had no idea she was underage. He said he thought she was 20. That later came out to be untrue. They had been hanging out for multiple weeks. And at first, I tried really hard to be unbiased and give Fetty the benefit of the doubt. That's why I said everyone wait for the facts. But it turns out it's pretty impossible at this point to really give him any benefit of the doubt. Because first off, you start the situation with a lie. It kind of kills your credibility moving forward. On top of that, there was a bunch of screenshots of their Snapchat messages going back and forth that came out. Now, if you're hanging out with someone multiple times, I could sort of understand saying something like, okay, she didn't look 14. She looked older. Maybe. Plus, people look younger and younger all the time. Look at me. You guys would never guess my age. I look super young. Doug is in his fucking 40s. You guys will never guess how old Andy Schrock is. We all look really young for our age. But one thing that is kind of undeniable, and I feel like everyone must get the same vibe as me, is that when you guys see these Snapchat transcripts of Fetty talking to this 14-year-old girl, you can tell right away that this is not the way a 20-year-old person writes. It's not. There's something about just sounding immature on text and just the way you ask questions and shit like that. I was almost willing to give it to Fetty, like, maybe you didn't know. Maybe. But you go through, this person looks extremely young, doesn't have a car, doesn't have a driver's license, and then you look at the text and you go, well, and they kind of type like a 14-year-old. And then you go through this thing where, like, she's, like, super excited to have a hickey, which that also makes the whole story that much more gross because now you know there's a sexual aspect to this. Maybe they didn't have sex, but there's definitely a sexual aspect to this entire story if people are exchanging hickeys. And the fact that that would be, like, a big topic of discussion kind of leads me to believe that, dude, this is a fucking little girl. And I can't have this guy Fetty's back. I never had his back in the first place. I tried to keep it real neutral on the whole situation, but there's really no way you can have this guy's back. And there's a smaller YouTuber out there named Chad Sinclair who did some videos on this, and his videos kept popping up every time I was Googling or when I was on Twitter looking for more information, his videos kept popping up. And I guess he had some dialogue with Fetty because he made a video and Fetty told him, hey, don't make videos about me. And they had a conversation. And this guy, Chad, was pretty much calling out Fetty. You know what I mean? Way less neutral than I was. He was really calling this guy's out. And Fetty's main defense was, pretty much for every single question, his main defense was, I didn't know she was 20. I didn't know she was 20. I didn't know she was 20. Which, that's cool, I guess. A lot of people sort of take that excuse and they just kind of go, well, he didn't know. He must not have known. Oh, well, what are we going to do? And those are, you know, obviously big fans of his. He has like 500,000 followers on Instagram. I think he may have deleted his Twitter. But he actually admitted this all happened. At first, I thought maybe it could have all been a made-up thing, but he went on his Instagram, deleted every single picture, especially the incriminating ones, because there were photos of him having a hickey, and people connected the dots and found out it was from this 14-year-old girl. But anyways, back to the topic. Here's the thing. You not knowing somebody was underage might probably not help you, right? Because if I go home from the bar and I drive drunk and I didn't know how drunk I was, I still get a DUI. You know what I mean? If I drive home in a stolen car that some tweaker sold me for $20, I might not know it's stolen, but if I get pulled over, I'm still probably going to go to jail, regardless of if I knew I was doing something wrong or not. The laws aren't based on, like, if you know them, right? If I'm speeding down the street and I get pulled over and I tell the cop I didn't know what the speed limit was, it's probably not going to help me. So it's also a weird situation because this guy, I don't want to be pessimistic, but let's be real here. This has become such a big topic that his life is kind of over. You know, and Fetty, if you are watching this, I don't know why you would. You should probably keep your mind off this type of shit. But if you are watching this, try to keep your head up. It's not the end of the world, but this is a fucking devastating blow to somebody who otherwise had a lot of cool things going for him. I read this motherfucker's comments. He had 1 million, like, groupies. So why take a risk on someone who looks and just seems fishy? I don't know why someone in his position would ever fall for that. So it's not looking good for him. I don't know how these types of cases go, but as far as the mom, I was doing a lot of criticizing of the mom last time, and I still am. I think the mom handled this very poorly, and I think she's I mean, the 14-year-old is already a victim of Fetty, but I feel like this little girl is now also a victim of her own mother because it's just really gone overboard. Then again, you know, I'm going to say it. You can't argue with results. The mom wanted this to get out there. She wanted the world to know. She wanted Fetty to not ever work with kids again because he was teaching skate lessons and things like that. And although I think she might be kind of a crazy person, like I said, you can't argue with results. So I am glad, though, on my part. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you guys who are kind of on my squad for waiting for the facts, because this whole mob mentality is not the way to go. It's nice to, like I said, stay neutral. You're innocent until proven guilty, but you're also, like, not for sure innocent. It's just kind of like, wait until we get more information, because I knew last week that more information was going to come out, and it did. And I think it's only going to get messier. But on that note, this is probably the last I'm going to really discuss this. I feel like I've given you guys my thoughts and opinions. And if you guys want to continue to follow the story, there's going to be plenty of outlets to do that. But I don't know. I feel like we've kind of beat this dead horse. And hopefully Fetty can get the help he needs and figure out his priorities. And obviously learn from this, but I don't know. I do still think that justice is going to be served. I think that this is going to become a legal thing, and I think it's going to only get tougher and only get messier because we've only been given a small piece of the story as far as what they've talked about with each other. We know there's naked pictures, probably of both of them. And that's a disgusting sight. I certainly don't want to ever picture Fetty naked. But it's really it's only gonna get messier, and it's just a bad situation all around. You know, everyone's really kind of like there's no happy ending here, I guess. And I guess all you can really hope for is justice. I said before, if the facts came out and Fetty was in the wrong, I'd be the first guy to say fuck that dude, and that's kind of where I stand right now. You know, this guy really it's more than just making a mistake. You know, you really fucked up. You did something really fucking stupid, and you're gonna have to, you know, figure it out from here. So that's really all I have to say about that. Let's talk a little bit about this back injury. I got this posture corrector, and it's working pretty good for video games, but it's also kind of maybe it's bad luck that I got this posture corrector to help my back. Yet last Tuesday when I was filming, actually, the video that came out today, I think it's called Skateboarding the Easiest Way or something like that. We filmed the skateboarding the easiest way, and it was mainly me bending down and grabbing the board, which that might have been part of how this back got injured. But anyways, I jumped up, did a regular old 50-50 at the skate park, landed on my feet. You know, I just bailed and jumped off, landed on my feet, and I felt my back fucking have this kind of like pushing, like really bad push. Like my bones all got squished together, like compacted or something like that. This is an injury I've had for probably, dude, I don't even want to think about how many years. Maybe 7-8 years. And it initially happened deadlifting. And everyone says, well, you're probably deadlifting too much. What happened was I did not warm up and I rushed through my workout. So halfway through my workout, I fucked up my back. I think it's a disc issue, maybe a herniated disc or a slipped disc. I don't know if those are the same things. But I never really went to the doctor because after about a week, it gets better. And then lately in my life, it gets re-injured about once every year. And I've been going pretty good for this past year. I think the last time I got injured was maybe 2 years ago. So I got one lucky year in. But on Tuesday, I fucked it up. I went home and I was in pain or whatever. Like, oh, my back really hurts, you know. I knew it was hurting. It hurts like to stand up. I feel like I have no stability. You know what I mean? If I breathe out, this fucker is huge pain. Right where my butt crack begins is where the pain starts. And right at the end of where a good ass lick would end. But if you're going long style, if you're going for the long lick. But it hurts right there. And so Tuesday was hurting. I was like, okay, ouch, my back, ow, crying a little bit, wah, 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 my back complaining. Wednesday comes around, my shit is fucked. Wednesday, the next day, my shit is fucked. I could barely stand up off the couch. And here's what I was going through all yesterday. I would lay on my left side on the couch, and then I would have to like move because my back started turning, so I have to roll to my right side. Getting up off one side just to turn over was excruciating. And then I had to go to the grocery store, so I packed on this weight belt. And, dude, I got fucking 5 211s just because I wanted to be ready for the weekend. And carrying 5 211s, I'm talking this shit's like 3 pounds. It's no weight whatsoever. It'd be like a gallon of milk, probably even like lighter. And I'm just dying trying to get these to the fucking checkout stand. I'm just dying. And I'm just in a lot of pain. And I thought it was kind of funny and ironic that I just got this posture corrector and then a week later my back goes out. Way to go, assholes. Way to correct my back. You know what it is? This made my back weak, maybe. It made my back, like, expect everything to always be cool. Like, hey, what could possibly go wrong here? I'm the posture corrector. I wasn't wearing this when I was skating. Actually, this is only for my upper back, too. So that would probably would have fucked me even more. But anyways, a cool video came out today. On that note, it's called Skating the Easiest Way, and the joke was I didn't want to skate very hard. Right, I was like, I'm kind of tired today. The weather's been great, though. One thing I will not complain about right now in Las Vegas, the weather is out fucking standing. So anyways, I'm out there skating. I'm doing a bunch of early grabs, and I'm putting my foot on the ground, doing these no complies and staplers and sweepers and fucking early grab, all the same bullshit. All the shit. This is what's funny. All the shit that you motherfucking YouTube commenters, you guys defend this shit. You guys defend it. If somebody does an early grab in a ninja review and I say that's the easiest, dumbest thing ever, I'm going to get at least 5 comments saying, you could never do that. First off, I can do all that shit. It's easy and it's dumb. It's a waste of my time. In fact, it hurt. It may have hurt my back. So it was so easy. Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe it's backwards. Maybe it was so hard on my back that it ended up hurting my back. But I don't think that's the case. I just think I'm not used to bending down. You know what I mean? Bending down is what scooter riders do. They bend down so they can get butt fucked. That's fine. That's cool. If you're into that, it's legal. It's nice. I've always said, you know what? It'd be better if I was gay because then I could just go and become a scooter rider. Also, gays, they make more money in jobs across the board. That's the life. That's the way to be these days. Unfortunately, you can't choose what you want to be. So I ended up not being a scooter rider. I ended up not being the kind of guy that bends over all the time. And I tried it. Tried bending over, grabbing my skateboard, doing early grabs. Got injured. So like I said, it's not for everybody. But the early grab thing is really annoying to me in skateboarding. So I just had to go out there and prove to everybody that it can be done and that it's easy. And I did it all by myself. Filmed myself. Tripod. Got some other people in there. This is great because all my friends usually do the more dumb tricks. And for the first time ever, I did all the dumb tricks. We had Tex got in there, did tray flip fakie. My friend Brandon did a crail slide. Mevin was in there, did a gap to 5-0. My friend Matt did a switch flip in the tranny. Everyone else is skating normal, and I'm the one skating like a loser. So that was nice. I'll tell you what was not nice is this morning, I took my morning poop, and then I took my secondary morning poop because 2 is better than 1. That's why they call it, what? Binya Binya? That's why they call it Gullah Gullah Island, because you got to name it twice. It was so nice. Does anybody remember that shit? Speaking of people that are way older than they look, Binya Binya, motherfuckers. So yeah, I was taking my secondary. My secondary doo-doo, which interestingly, it's another word that you have to say twice because it's so nice. Oh shit, making doo-doo jokes in 2019. Here we are. And my asshole caught fucking literal fire. I had to run out and I had to grab the fucking the hose, fire extinguisher. I had to extinguish my asshole because I ate ramen yesterday, and I got here's what the new ramen place has. Okay, they got spicy, and then they got entry level, which that means you're about to get real spicy. It goes spicy, entry level, spicy 1, spicy 2, and spicy 3. Last time I went, I got spicy 1. It was too hot for me. I was like, this ramen's too hot. It feels good, but it's too hot to make me uncomfortable. I love spicy foods. I love spicy wings. But something about ramen, it just hits you different. I think it's because it's in the broth and not in a sauce. It just sits in your stomach and just hurts you. So last time I got the number 1, and it was too hot. So then yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I'm going to go down in spice. I got the entry level. It was still as hot as all goddamn the devil's asshole dick. It was flaming, molten lava burning my neck and throat and mouth and stomach. I went outside, almost threw up. Got home. My back was hurting because yesterday was Thursday, so my back was still in excruciating pain. I wasn't sure if I had to shit or throw up because the spiciness mixed with the bad back. They were like fighting each other because the stomach is right next to the back, and I didn't know what feeling I was feeling. I was getting this weird like referred shit. Every time I farted, I thought it might be a shit, and then every time I burped, I thought it might be a barf. It was terrible, terrible situation. I bring that up though for this reason. Andy Schrock and Brian Ames are coming to Las Vegas in a couple weeks, and I think I'm gonna take them to this place, and I think I'm gonna fuck them up. I think I'm gonna give them this spicy ramen, mainly Brian. This is going to be his day of reckoning for all of his friends he's just tortured throughout the years on his channel, youtube.com. Just type in Brian Ames. You'll find spicy challenges and we're gonna fuck him up because I got the number 1, killed me. I got the level even lower, easier than that one, and it fucking still killed me. I'm gonna give him the highest level they got, just for the sake of doing it. And Andy likes spicy foods too, so maybe he'll get in there. Maybe. It's hard sometimes nowadays to get those guys into like spicy challenges because we're always skating. Last thing you want to do is eat something super spicy and then the next day you're not able to skate. So that's something we don't want to do. I had a random thought this morning and I wanted to run it by you guys. I know we don't have a very active chat, obviously, because my connection's really bad, but I wanted to run this by you guys. In an apocalyptic situation, all right, when the shit hits the fan, I talk about it all the times because I'm talking about guns all the time, water, canned food. I'm ready. I'm pretty ready. Got a big ammo fucking stash ready to go. But what I was thinking is, I've seen a little bit on this show, Naked and Afraid. I've seen oftentimes it seems like the fatter people in a fucked up situation, the fatter people are able to live longer than the skinnier people if no one gets any food. And I think it has to do with some type of science where your body can sort of eat its own fat to make its own fuel, something like that. So what I'm saying is, why are we hating on fat people? I'm the biggest fat person hater. But now that I'm getting fat, now that I'm becoming fat, I'm starting to believe that maybe being fat is the way to go when shit hits the fan, because you can survive longer with less food for a certain amount of time. I'll be able to outlive all these skinny CrossFit bitches because their body, it needs more fuel than mine. Also, with my back brace and my posture corrector, I've learned how to save my energy. I feel like being fat is gonna be the way to go. I used to hear these stories about back in the old Bible times or something like that. Maybe it was the old Egyptians or Greece or something like that. I heard back then, like royalty and shit like that. Royalty was all about being fat, because if you were fat, that meant you had some money because you were able to eat. If you were skinny, that just meant you were broke, you couldn't eat. So I'm trying to bring it back. I'm trying to bring it back to the good old days, to where being fat not only will help you survive longer in an apocalyptic situation, but it also means, hey, motherfucker, I got money. I've been eating spicy ramen, bitch. I ate pizza for breakfast. I did eat pizza for breakfast. I got a Totino's self-made pizza, just for one person. Pretty, maybe about a foot long, small pizza. Put my own fucking pepperonis on there. I'm on my way. Nothing wrong with being fat. They say dad bods. Look, man, once you get fat, it ain't about fucking pulling bitches. It's about survival. And guess what? Once all the fucking skinny dudes die off, then it's only going to be fat dudes left. It's going to be just bright red clouds of apocalyptic haze, radiation, burns everywhere. It's going to be like the Book of Eli, except Eli's going to be dead. Everyone's gone. It's going to be me, Fat Steve, and and all the bitches, goddammit. So I was thinking about that today. This is what happens when I wake up. My mind was wandering. I don't know what it is. I've been taking these melatonins to help me sleep, and they give me all these crazy dreams. So then I wake up with all these weird fucking obscure thoughts. Like, oh yeah, dude, fucking fat people actually will survive long. This is what I think about. What's wrong with me? What the hell is going on with my fucking brain? I'll never know. Let's move on to the news. The reason I'm not super animated today is because my back is in a lot of pain. And if I try to yell, even if I sneeze or yawn, it fucking... See, I said yawn, now I feel like I'm gonna yawn. I bet if you're watching this on iTunes or Podbean, I feel like just me saying yawn is gonna make you... Isn't it weird how that's contagious? Did I get you? If I did, make sure to subscribe, because I'll be doing this shit. Fucking psychic. Anyways, we'll jump into the news. I forgot completely what I was talking about when I started talking about yawning, but whatever. Oh, I can't get loud because everything hurts me. Yawning, coughing, sneezing, everything hurts me right now. And guess what? This is my life. I have bad internet connection. I have a bad fucking back. Every time I yawn, sneeze, or cough, it really fucking hurts me. And guess what? I've yawned, sneezed, and coughed more times today than in my entire fucking life. Why? Because that's what I get. First news story. Police. Homeowner shoots and kills 3 masked teens attempting to rob him. Let's read about it. A Georgia homeowner shot and killed 3 masked teens as they approached his residence with their faces covered. The victims, one 15-year-old and 2 16-year-olds, were all from the area but did not live in the specific neighborhood they were in. The teens approached 3 residents at the front yard of a home early Monday morning and attempted to rob them, authorities say. One of the would-be robbers took out a gun and fired shots at them before one of the residents returned fire. The victims of the attempted robbery were all uninjured, but the 3 attempted robbery suspects were all shot during the exchange of gunfire and succumbed to their injuries, 1 on scene and 2 at a local hospital after being transported. Georgia is one of at least 10 states with self-defense laws. That includes Stand My Ground. It allows people to respond to threats or force without fear of criminal prosecution. Georgia code states that if a person is justified in using force which is intended or likely to cause death or great bodily harm, only if he or she reasonably believes that such force is necessary to prevent death or great bodily injury to himself or herself or a third person, or to prevent the commission of a forcible felony. I can't read. No charges have been filed against anyone at this time. Now, this is a sad story because 3 people were killed. But I also think that there is some silver lining here, because now, if you are a teenager who was thinking that maybe you could go rob some people, now these 3 people are dead. We say this all the time. I'm like a broken record when we read these articles. These 3 people are dead. And I feel like everyone around them who maybe they have some other friends that stayed home that day. Guess what? Those friends made the right choice. Don't go out and rob people. You might die. Okay? We need to quit teaching these kids, like, oh yeah, if you go in there and you fucking rob somebody and you get caught, don't worry, dude. Like, you're a minor. You're not going to serve no real time. Instead of telling kids that, let's tell kids you might die. You might still fucking die regardless of your age. Because that's why these kids do this shit. They have a big brother or cousin or big homie that says, hey, bro, you're a minor. You can get away with this shit. Fucking, just go grab some shit, whatever. We'll split it. I'll even give you a gun. That's a lot of the times how this sort of thing plays out. And they go, yeah, fuck it, dude. What am I going to serve, couple months in juvie? I'm good. No, fuck that. You might fucking die. So now, hopefully, every 15-year-old and 16-year-old, at least watching my podcast, who's thinking about maybe going and robbing someone, you might die. So let's try to keep that in mind. Also, guess what? These guys came with a gun, ready to rob somebody. Thankfully, the law-abiding citizens, the ones who weren't out to rob and weren't out with an illegal gun, those people had a legal gun to defend themselves and to kind of become heroes of the neighborhood. Who knows how many lives might have been saved now that these 3 criminals are gone. Now, I know that's really sad. I would never say that to the face of a parent of one of these kids. I would never say that. I'm just saying it to you guys. But, we got to start looking at things the way they are. And that's what the fuck this is. Next article. New downtown Las Vegas attraction lets you shoot paintballs at zombies. Now, this is $1 million idea. And I've never shot a paintball gun ever, but this looks fun. I think they dress other people up as zombies and you just shoot them. Somebody's job is to get shot with paintballs. If you think the zombie apocalypse is upon us, then you should start eating pizza for breakfast. That's how this article should have started. The Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas now has an attraction to help you prepare for your survival. Funny story about the Plaza. I was 86th from this location. I was kicked out, banned from this location when I was a teenager. But now, I still go there. I don't know if I'm supposed to never go again or if it was like a 5-year thing, but fuck it. I'm good. And now they have some cool attractions. I'm going to go in there, man. I'm doing it. Every Wednesday through Sunday evening in September, guests can take part in the Plaza's new zombie Rampage Paintball Hunt, held at the Core Arena. The attraction, which brings together the thrills of paintball shooting, live target interaction, and monster trucks. Okay, dude, it wouldn't be a zombie apocalypse without some monster trucks, I'll tell you that. As part of the experience, Guests can climb aboard the 14-foot-tall zombie Rampage monster bus and fire away at the zombies roaming the area. Hunts start at 6 p.m. each night and run for 20 minutes. Ticket prices are $30 for general admission with 100 rounds of paintballs and $45 for VIP, which offers priority boarding on the bus and 300 rounds of paintballs. Children ages 5 to 12 are permitted with an adult admission. Okay, so wait, they get in free? Children under 5 are not permitted. So this article is clearly just an ad for this shit that's coming out, but still looks kind of fun. For $30 for 20 minutes of fun, I'll tell you what, this seems like a pretty good deal, because if you go to like the gun store, that's like a tourist place that people go, they can shoot full auto machine guns and shit. For you to do that, dude, it's like $100 and it's over in like 15 seconds. So here, 20 minutes for $30, pretty good price for the fun. Next article. Oh, by the way, guys, today is September 20th. If you're watching this live, this is the day that Storm Area 51 happens. Now, I read a couple of articles earlier. They were kind of interesting. One person's in jail. Guess what they did? Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, let me guess. They jumped over the fence and did a Naturo run. I still don't know how to say that word. Naturo? Naturo? I'm going to go with Naturo. I feel so weird saying it now. It sounds like Pokemon, because old people are always like, Pokemon, and you're like, no, it's Pokemon. And you're like, okay, we said the same thing, just with a different inflection, you fucking asshole. So yeah, the Naruto run, whatever. No, the guy went to, the guy went to jail because he peed on the Area 51 fence. My thing is, you shouldn't take somebody to jail for peeing if you got all these people out drinking in the sun, in the middle of the desert. There's no bathrooms anywhere. Where is he supposed to pee? He just went peed. And also, who's looking? I know it's a fucking base or whatever, but who's snitching? Tekashi fucking 6ix9ine jumped out the bushes, said, oh, he's peeing. Ooh, ooh. That being said, that's just the first arrest. There will be more. It's only 4:17 p.m. right now. So I assure you guys, by the time the sun goes down, there's going to be a lot more people going to jail, if not just for a drunk guy jumping over the fence. That's probably gonna get somebody in trouble, because I'll tell you this, I would never go to Area 51 not fucked up. I would never go to any sort of like gathering of people not fucked up. What, I'm gonna go to a fucking music festival? That's what this is all about, right? They changed it from like, oh, we're gonna go there and just fuck around. They changed it from that to like, we're just gonna go over there and camp. Okay, well, they changed it again. It's music festival. I'm going camping, music festival. I'm going cliff jumping. I'm going swimming. I'm going barbecuing. Whatever the fuck I'm doing, I'm gonna get a little bit fucked up, because it's gonna be around a bunch of people. You're gonna have a better time. So I'm guessing somebody is gonna get fucked up. Somebody is gonna jump the fence. Hopefully not get shot. But you know what? They died doing what they loved. Looking for the truth. Fox Mulder. God damn it. Speaking of UFOs, the U.S. Navy just confirmed these UFO videos are the real deal. What are they trying to distract us from? Who gives a fuck about things flying? Anyone can make anything fly these days. There's drones, there's fucking planes, there's those paramotors. Flying is not that fucking big of a deal. You see some shit up in the air, you don't know what it is. That just fucking happens. That's just the way things go. It's flying up in the air, I don't know what it is. UFO? Sure. Aliens? Probably not. Right? The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged footage purported is a word these days. Purported to show UFOs hurtling. What are these words? Who wrote this? Purported to show UFOs hurtling through the air. Why not just write flying? Are they what? They're purporting a bunch of hurtling? Wow, I hate you. Speaking of that, I hate when people say burgle. Oh yeah, he fucking went out. He burgled my TV. No, he fucking stole your TV. He committed burglary. But I hate when people say burgled. Purported to show a TV being hurtled through the air as the man burgled it away. I just hate when people write shit like this. Why? Who speaks like this? It's like the fucking 1960s. Officials say they don't know what the objects are. They're not indulging any hints either. What do you mean? That's the hint. Who wrote this trash? The hint is they don't know what they are. What can you imagine? Like, I don't know what they are, but I'll give you a hint. No, you fucking idiot. Who writes this trash? The objects seen in 3 clips of declassified military footage are, quote, unidentified aerial phenomena. There we go. Navy spokesperson Joe Gradisher confirmed to CNN. The clips, released between December and March to the Stars Academy of Arts and Sciences, appear to show fast-moving oblong objects captured by advanced infrared sensors. In footage from 2004, sensors lock on a target as it flies before it accelerates out of the left side of the frame too quickly for the sensors to relocate it. 2 of the videos, both from 2015, contain audio from U.S. fighter pilots attempting to make sense of what they're seeing. It's a fucking drone, bro, a pilot says to his colleague in the first clip. My gosh, they're all going against the wind. Look at that thing, dude. So they're just naming a bunch of quotes. Gradisher said the Navy's transparency about unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, is largely done to encourage trainees to report, quote, incursions. What are these words? Jesus Christ! Incursions! They spot in the airfield which threatens pilots' safety. This is all about frequent incursions into our training ranges by UAPs. Okay, incursions, and why not UFOs? What they're flying. What the fuck? Those incursions present a safety hazard to the safe flight. Why would you write safe twice right here? What the hell is this? Those incursions present a safety hazard to the safe flight of our aviators and the security of our operations. Oh my God, this is monotony. I'm feeling incursioned right now. The public clips capture just a fraction of the frequent incursions. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a Control F right now. I just want to see how many times the word incursions used. INCUR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times they use the word incursion in 4 paragraphs. I've never seen this word before, and now it's the word of the day, incursion. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. Define incursion. Define incursion. An invasion or attack, especially a sudden or brief one. So, wait a minute. An invasion or attack? So they're not even using this word right? No one's invading or attacking these fighter pilots. These other planes are just flying around. Jesus, if you're going to use a dumbass long fucking word, use it right. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, that's all I got for the news. Oh, that was frustrating. That's all I got for everything, guys. We spoke about everything I had on my list. Fetty, we talked about my back pain, we talked about spicy ramen, we talked about fat people, and we talked about the news. My back's in a lot of pain right now, so I'm not going to make a really big, fat, long outro. I'm just going to tell you guys that I greatly appreciate everything you guys do for my channel and everything you guys do to keep this podcast going. I would appreciate it more if you guys could tell a friend. I know this week's episode, if you watched it live, was very choppy and shitty, but don't worry, because even if you tuned in late, you can rewatch this on Sunday on iTunes, on YouTube, on Podbean, and even on some other podcast services. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys had a better week than me, because I would not wish this pain on anyone right now. Maybe some people. There's a couple people from my past that I really dislike, but most people I would never wish this pain on. So like I said, I hope you guys are having a better week than me. Let's go ahead and play that motherfucking intro/outro. Motherfucker what? Incursion.